friends, how are you all? Welcome to One Page Biology. In today's video, we are going to understand one another very important topic, which is related to CSIR NET Life Science Examination. The name of the topic is cell signaling. So, in today's video, we are going to understand what exactly is cell signaling and how does the cell signaling occur. So, I am going to discuss the introduction of cell signaling part. So let us understand what is cell signaling. Now first of all, the question is why exactly cell signaling is required. So the answer to this question is simple. It is mainly for the communication of cells. So why is it important? It is important for communication between the cells. So let us try and understand this with the help of an example. The very best example of this is our immune system. So we all know that our immune system is very complex system in which there are different types of cells which are actually communicating with each other to fight against a foreign pathogenic agent. So for example, we all know that B cells are the essentially the cells which help in the formation of antibodies. But how exactly the B cells form the antibodies? It is when the B cells receive certain signals that help the B cells to basically start the formation of antibodies. So what I mean to say is there is certain signal which is actually sent to the B cells in order to start the formation of antibodies. Until and unless that signal is being sent to the B cell will not start forming the antibodies. So essentially when we talk about cell signaling, we mean that there are some special signals which are given to the cell, and based on that particular signal the cell shows the response. So basically when we talk about cell signaling, we need to know that there are certain signals which are sent to the cells, and whenever these signals are being sent, the cell is going to show a particular response. Okay, so let us try and understand how does this exactly happen. Now cell signaling, as we said, that it involves the signals which are coming to the cell. So these signals are often detected by something called as the receptors. That means that the cell has to have certain special kind of structures which are present either on the cell membrane, or we can also say that these special kind of structures which are called as receptors, they can also be present inside the cell, that is in the cytoplasm. So these receptors, what are they? They are nothing but these are special kind of proteins which are majorly present on the cell membrane, or they can also be present inside the cytoplasm. So whenever we talk about these signals, there are different types of signals which are majorly received by the cell, and these signals are also referred as agonists. So here the signals are also called as agonists, or They are also sometimes called as the primary messengers. Let me give you example of certain primary messengers. Now the examples are, they can be sometimes nitrous oxide, or they can be amines, or they can be amino acids, or they can be certain hormones, or they can be sometimes nucleosides. So even sometimes there can be certain molecules like interferons or interleukins. So whenever these signals are received by the cell is going to show a response based on the type of a signal. So let us understand how does the cell receive these kind of signals. Now as we said, there are some special kind of structures present on the cell membrane or which are present inside the cell in the cytoplasm. These are called as receptors. Now as we know that the receptors are going to receive the signal and they are going to interact with the signal, and once they interact with the signal they are basically going to initiate the signal transduction process. So that means whenever the receptors interact with the signal, this will result in something called as a signal transduction process. So what do we understand by this? First of all, let me tell you that the signals can be of two types. Either the signals are of lipophilic nature. Lipophilic means they are non-polar, or the signals are hydrophilic in nature, which means they are polar. Now the best examples of the signals which are lipophilic in nature or non-polar, these are nothing but the hormones which are steroid hormones. So in this the examples are progesterone or estrogen, etc. At the same time, whenever we talk about the hydrophilic or the polar signals, here the example is of certain hormones like thyroid hormones, and the example is thyroxine, which is basically tetraiodothyronine or even triiodothyronine. So now we know that either the signals are of the lipophilic nature or they are of the hydrophilic or the polar nature. So let us now understand how does the signal transduction occur in both the cases. That is, how does the signal transduction occur in case of lipophilic or non-polar hormones, and how does the signal transduction occur in case of hydrophilic or polar hormones. So let us understand.